All right, Shalawam Israel, YAHAWASHI, Bashim Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalawam to elect out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. All right, and I wanted to get into a brief topic, pretty much entitled "Fortunately Unfortunate." Okay, and I just want to start off before I read this definition. I want to start off in Acts 14 and 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. All right, and we all know the scripture, and we know the various trials, tribulations, afflictions, and the constant roller coaster ups and downs that we go through within this life, within this truth. And me just thinking upon it, and briefly, you know, talking to a brother, about just going through different things, and the more we actually experience, these ups and downs, it helps us to continue to grow more in the faith, and it's a beautiful thing. But at the same time, sometimes things get kind of hard to bear, and you're like, damn, not again, or damn, I was just, what I mean, doing this, and now this happened. It's just like, curveballs, when you trying to be on a better stride with whatever, it's always something there to, to put you back in the reality, to put you in check, so to speak, to remind you that you are in constant help. So that's why we're fortunately unfortunate, okay? Because, we prosper spiritually, but on all other notes, it seems like in this world we're unfortunate, because this world wasn't made for us, okay? So, this definition of fortunate: having good fortune, receiving good from uncertain or unexpected sources, lucky. Now we know where we receive our good from, from the Most High, YAHAWASHI, bringing or indicating good fortune resulting favorably. Okay, so we're looked at, we're favored in the eyes of the Most High, because the Most High chose us, to come out of the ways of the world and into this truth, to embrace this journey as prisoners of hope under Him, and to bear the cross of Yahawashi and to bear their name, So we're fortunate that we have, this knowledge, this wisdom and understanding, but unfortunate through the sorrows in which we constantly face. All right, and this is Ecclesiastes 7:3, and it says, "Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better." Right, and the heart meaning what? The mind is made better. So the more we constantly go through things, the clearer vision we have of these things. Like it's certain times where, you know, like for instance, with your parents or whatever, they tell you so many different things when you're younger, and you may think you have a full grasp of them, but until you actually go through those things, then you really get the full and complete understanding, because you felt the emotion of going through the situation. You felt the pain, you felt the anguish. You can see how somebody else might have reacted, to it in a different manner, But through all things, we keep our calm, we keep our resolve about ourselves, and we keep the faith first and foremost, regardless of what we're going through. You know, we have minor setbacks for major comebacks, you know. So it's all through the sorrows of this world that that ultimately brings us fortune in the spirit, So once again, we're fortunately unfortunate, because everything within it, whether it's bodily infirmities, whether it's monetary situations, uh, you know, just going through different things with people in your life, you know, hey, we're going to be unfortunate in all those different aspects. But the one aspect is that we are fortunate in is that the Most High allows us to go through these things so we can see through the fog and through the mist of all of the bullshit that's out here, whether it's through women, through dealing with various people, uh, us breaking down the strongholds of everything that Esau's doing. We're being made better spiritually so that we can see everything more clearly, whether it be spiritually, physically, on all levels, man. And that ultimately brings us to a level of higher discernment. You know, that's why we are the true Illuminati, the illuminated ones. You know, and it's Ecclesiastes 8:1. It says, "Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed." So every time we going through something, what our countenance is changed about us, you know, because that brings us more wisdom. That brings us more into a state of completeness. You know, with different situations, you may go through something, you know, that might have happened months ago. But now the Most High, through you meditating and through you reflecting on your experiences, now the Most High has fully opened up to you what that thing meant or why you went through a certain situation. And that's the beauty of it, you know? That's the beauty of it, okay? So real quick, I want to go to Hebrews 12:5. And it says, and ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. All right. And, you know, I like to go into this word chastening, which is paidae. All right. And it says what? The whole training and education of children. You know, so that's what all of these different things is bringing us through, you know, a training period as us being soldiers of YAHAWASHI, and that's being able to see more keenly through different things, you know, the whole training and education of children, which relates to the cultivation of mind and morals. So the more our mind is cultivated by our afflictions, and the more, you know, that we see things through the spirit, we can read through all of Esau's bullshit. We can pick it apart like it's nothing. We can pick apart other camps and their bullshit doctrines. We can stand taller on the principles of YAHAWASHI and put more off that old man day by day by day and grow more in the spirit, man. This is the beautiful thing about going through these afflictions. That's why we have to embrace them, man. You know, when things happening to us, you know, um, that's why. Matter of fact, the scriptures say, yeah. Matter of fact, I get back. I get it after I go through this. And employees for this purpose now commands and admonitions, now reproof and punishment also include the training and care of the body. You know, so brothers going through different things with the body, you know, you get to actually learn more. You know, now there were certain things in which I thought I knew, you know, about the body and taking care of my body, but until the Lord started afflicting me, you know, with certain ailments and different things, now I truly understand because I'm going through the process, you know. So that's what it is with all of us. We had to go through the process. How the apostles say, I believe they say, you know, Elder Ariah would say we had to learn wickedness in order to learn righteousness, you know, and that's the same thing with taking care of our bodies is different things like that, you know. Says whatever in adults also cultivates the soul, especially by correcting mistakes and curbing passions. Okay, yeah, I believe. Yeah, instruction which aims at increasing virtue. What virtue, which basically means man or to be a man. So it increases, you know, our manliness about ourselves. You know. So once again, you know, we're fortunately unfortunate, man. You know. Uh, this is verse 6. It says, "For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth." If ye endure chastening, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? Now, like I said, you know, brothers will go through different things, and You may be up, but then you get knocked right back down. You may be up, you get knocked right back down. As soon as you think you climbing yourself out of a hole, or climbing yourself out of a certain situation, then something comes right back down to put you back in check, man. And that's how we know that a part of the spirit is dealing with us. That's a part of it, because we constantly going through these things when we are struggling, and trying to do our damnedest to uphold righteousness on every facet of our abilities. That's how you know it's the Lord. And that's the beautiful thing about it, because when things happen, all you can do is recognize the Lord, and give him the glory for putting you through these situations, and praying and hoping that he bring you through it, and you get stronger from this. You learn more from this. You grow more from this, and you prosper in the spirit ultimately more. Okay. So verse 8, it says, but if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, so all of us are partakers in it, we just have our different portions, then are ye bastards and our sons. Verse 9, furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subject unto the Father of spirits and live? For they verily for a few days chastened us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. So the Lord is doing all of this for our profit. So every aspect, that we're going through of this chastening, we have to be able to see that through the spirit. In the moment you might not recognize it, but ultimately, if you're a spiritual man, you will in the end. And a lot of guys can't see different things. That's why, a guy may fall out or whatever because, he want to be a part of the world, or he missed something in the world, and the sufferings of which he going through, it's a little too much for him. He can't handle it, because he doesn't see in the long run that all these things are for his own profit, So it's verse 11, and it says, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous it damn sure be. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. So we're being exercised. What exercise means? What? To try out. So we're being tried out by the chastenings of the Lord. But afterwards, what? It's supposed to yield that peaceable fruit of righteousness. So whatever situation you're going through, you're supposed to look at the light at the end of the tunnel and see, what lesson am I trying to get from this? Or what is the Lord trying to teach me? Or, how can I grow from this situation? Because with everything we go through, it's for a reason. And the Most High is doing it for our profit, man. So that's why we're fortunately unfortunate, man. Or unfortunately fortunate. However, you want to word it, But we go through our unfortunate circumstances to make us more fortunate in the spirit, to make us more well off in the spirit, so that we can grow, So, with that, I hope this short segment was edifying. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalawam to Lek out there, doing his work of faith and labor with love, true sincerity. Shalawam.